when we were telling people here, we campaigned here. And when we were campaigning, kila mtu alikuwa na manifesto yake. KK walisema hao ni Asoras, wakasema hawa ni watu ya chini, wakasema wheelbarrow. You see people who carry wheelbarrows everywhere. And tutaona serikali ya Wakenya wote maskini. So, and I was passing around telling people that don't think once you are going to be to elect this government, you will also go to Nairobi to be done. Tuambie watu wanadanganya. So you can see false promises has brought now problems. That's why we have a lot of issues with this KK government because they rode into leadership by giving false promises. That's why they only one time.
Mheshimiwa, that is a statement that was almost crossing my mind away. You saying they are going
one time.
Let's talk about them going one time.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you speak of going one time? We've seen you rally behind the former Interior CS, who is now eyeing for the seat, for the presidential seat. Can you tell us now the strategies? What do you expect of Mheshimiwa Matiang'i? Because you are very close to Matiang'i.
You know Matiang'i. Matiang'i wanted to try for this seat in 2022. And I was one of those people who were really campaigning for him to fight. But somehow the former president called us and said, no, let's assist the former prime minister because the former prime minister his age is getting old. Matiang'i is young. He can find another day because the reason they were saying was that it just was for 5 years. Then from there, somebody, so Matiang'i told us we slow down. And I'm not the one who is saying that Matiang'i will come and fight for president. It's Kenyans. And you know why Kenyans are saying like that is because he has whatever ministry he was, he started from my city. You are Chandis, you know, you had that issue of Wang Tichito. Yeah, and you know he stood firm, and I remember people were demonstrating everywhere and saying, no, we cannot, he said the or whatever down, but we must, that is the route. But now you are enjoying now, you know. If we didn't do that, we would have not been where we are now. And because of that, he performed very well when he was in ICT. Then he moved to education and lands. You will see what he did in education. For the first time in Kenya, you know, when students started for KCP, and we were told the results will come out, we were saying, how can it happen? But he said it would happen. And it happened. There were no issues of cheating, you know. Matiang'i could, I remember one time in my constituents, when he was the Minister of Education, I took a phone and I was seeing somebody calling. Then I said, I saved him, CS Fred Matiang'i. Then he told me I'm in Nakuru. That was 5:30. He was coming to open the containers. And they will come and open the containers from Naivasha, Wapi, Nini. At the time, when, you know, it's the one who brought this issue of provincial administration working together with the examination people plus the teachers, head teachers, to make sure that the exams are done properly without cheating. And the cheating was not there. Then he changed the criteria of admission to students who are admitted to national schools. Those national schools who do as like Alliance, the Nana. He changed and said if students from private schools have done better, they have better marks than the students, the people who are from public schools. He said public schools should get a higher percentage. He said I think like 70%. Who get good marks from public schools against those ones in private, because private, you can imagine the way students are treated in private schools. One, they run day and night because they have even estima wakuna, lakini sasa mtoto anasoma kama hapa milimani kuenda hata shule hata akuli, so they perform not that because they are not stupid, it's because of the environment. And you know, if the demonstrator had said he wants to see those students who get marks like 300 going to Arayas. Those ones who go to 300 going to Arayas against a student who is from a private school who had 400 and something. By the time they do KHSC, walk to the university, you find the one who went to 300 marks yako na huyu mwingine hata ameanguka. So he became a darling of Kenyans in the Ministry of Education. From there, the late CS for Interior died. Then he took over. You will see how he reformed the issues of security. He will be found. Matiang'i, you could call him even if you don't know, even if you have his number, and he will pick and he will take action. So Kenyans ndio wanasema Matiang'i akuje kusimama kura. And you know, these Kenyans, if you go to my constituents, that's what they say. But it does not mean that is coming to fight for presidents at this time when the president is there. That's where you find that some UDA members of parliament are specifically from Kisii County and Nyamira, who are in the UDA. They don't want to talk about the Matiang'i, because if they talk about the Matiang'i, they think that they will be disciplined by UDA. Some of them will think they will lose their positions, which is not supposed to be the case. We want the Matiang'i to come and fight in 2027. But the Matiang'i is the first person who told me that when we lost, he told me work with the government of the day. That's why I ended up working with William Ruto. Of course, I could also use common sense, because if you would not tell me, you didn't expect me to work with anybody else. You can't work with losers. We work with winners, and the winner is William Ruto. But if he has problems, you know, me, I cannot implement the manifesto of UDA because I know what they were saying.
Are you in one way or the other trying to insinuate there are people, the other party are losers?
Which one?
The other one. Those who lost election. Are they losers?
Yes, they are. You know, somebody was asking me, and you know, I'm a Jubilee member of parliament now. This is my second time to be in Jubilee. The first time I was in ODM, the second time Jubilee, this time Jubilee. But somebody, including Raila himself, because we were in Azimio, Raila brought a lot of issues in parliament. That's why we have those two divisions. One division which was on the side of Raila, that was Kioni, that time, and the president, the former president, they were forcing us that we must be in Azimio and work with Raila, and Raila brought problems when we were getting committees for Jubilee members, because ODM people in the parliament led by their leadership, that is the minority leader, that time who press members of parliament in committees, they were also changing Jubilee members. So with our wisdom, we sat together, and so the speaker, we don't want to be recognized as a parliamentary party, and that's how we ended up getting there, getting the result we got. And you know what happened? Raila made a lot of noise, and he was specifically talking about it. That when I was in ODM, I started working with Uhuru Kenyatta. Now I'm in Jubilee Azimio. I've started working with with William Ruto, and you know, he was telling us, and I said, "You miss." That was Raila used to say, and he incited the people here in my constituency, and people were making a lot of noise.
Now, can this be one of the main reasons that now you are backing up your brother from the soil towards the 2027?
No. You know what happens? I want to finish this story. the story I'm finishing with is that Raila really brought a lot of problems for us when he had that we are working with William Ruto. But where is he now?
In the government.
He's in the government.
Yes.
He has followed us there. And when he came there now, the relationship of Jubilee members, meaning included, is not as friendly as when it was before. Because now he's seated there. So there is nothing you can do. What I'm trying to tell you is politics, iko na maneno mingi. And I don't think I would, as much as I'm a person who can say I'm very truthful, I don't think I would trust the politicians.
Including yourself.
No, me, I trust myself. Tell me, unless you tell me what
I've done. You are a politician.
I want you to tell me, I've not done anything, I think, which can make people want to trust me. No, I do things openly.
But you cannot trust your fellow politicians.
I can't, I cannot trust Raila. Let me say so. Maybe let me be very specific. I can never trust Raila. Raila, wacha nikuambie. Raila tulikuwa na yeye Azimio. Na kama yuko mtu alisaidia Raila, nikiona hivi mtu anaitwa Matiang'i, the CS for Interior at that time. And I remember wakati alikuja kwetu Mungori primary, people were challenging Matiang'i that he wanted to fight for presidents. Na Raila akasimama akawaambia, huyu Matiang'i ni kama kijana yangu. Anajua anafanya kazi, mahali amefanya tunamwezi, lakini tumesema wacha niende kwanza. Alafu yeye na tutampangia. What happened the other day when he came to Kisii, alikuwa anasema kura zenu ni kidogo sana, asiwezi kupeleka mjioni Matiang'i mahali. Then I was asking myself, Raila got more than 6 million votes. Kwani hizo zilikuwa za Wajaruo peke yao? I mean, you must start from somewhere. Why is he thinking that now kura zetu ni kidogo sana, asiwezi kutupeleka mahali when we are proposing our own person who comes from Nyanza? So mimi nikaambia watu, the best thing we will do, let's Matiang'i fight for presidents and let Luos vote for us because we have been voting for their person all this time. What's wrong with it? And then Raila miaka hii yote amesimama kura, is getting aged. He's getting aged. I used to be a very energetic person until this time when I'm getting old. And as old as I am now, sometimes I forget things. What about Raila? I've heard him about. I've heard Raila from the time I was born. So I've been hearing Raila even before I decided to enter the politics. So let him relax. Wacha Matiang'i akuje without small votes. Hizi kura zetu kidogo. Kuongeza na zake za Wajaruo, tuendelee kuongeza namna hiyo. Alafu Raila huyu Matiang'i waende kupambana na Rais William Ruto kwenda mbele. And you know what I was saying, people? Nilikuwa nasema hivi mimi. Mtu anaitwa Matiang'i, tunataka tumweka kwa spokesman ya Wakisii. And then I had it nikasema yeye wasikane na somebody called Machogu, the one who was just sacked for nothing the other day. Don't tell me that Machogu was sacked because he was unable to perform. No.
Mheshimiwa, we had a shuffle on the ministries, and we did not see him come back. We've seen other CSS coming back, but in different.
That's why sisi tuliingia kwa yeye aliingia kwa maneno ya kwenda kuwa UDA kuwa minister bila mpango. Kama angekuwa na mpango ili tunataka kupanga saa hii ya kwamba we must have a Kisii on a table mahali keki ya Kenya naenda kugawa. If we had like that, you would not sack him.
So Mheshimiwa Machogu aliloa maji tu hivyo.
No, but it's because some Kisii members of parliament were complaining. They went and told the president that this is removing from here. Simply because they had issues na maneno ya biashara.
So you saying cases against cases?
Yeah, that is what happened. Just like I'm seeing now, Kisii members of parliament against the Matiang'i to fight for presidents. That's why did the deputy president go to South Mogrango?
We'll be
what empowerment is because they are fighting because they want to fight one of their own. Simple, nothing.
We'll be talking about that, but I'll shortly before that. Let's talk about Omogusi. We are seeing Matiang'i came the other day. The reception was so big, and what do you think? Are we really? Should we expect Omogusi to be winning this 2027 election or not? Because when you started this conversation, you said we are likely to have a one-term president in Kenya. That would be the sitting right now.
You want that? Eh? See, I'm not the one who is saying. Kenyans are saying, and you are here. You have heard them.
And you know,
so I'm also listening. You know, let me tell you. Even listening to the ground, I'm also listening to the ground.
So you are.
When I listen to the ground, that's what people are saying. So who am I to say to the contrary? Oh, let me tell you, not even actually in our page of members of parliament, our page, forum of members of parliament, I've been warning members of parliament who are elected for the first time. I've been telling them that you will be one term, even before this issue of one term came. I used to tell them, and you know, yet none of them, they will tell you, and I wish I could even open for you my page where I've been telling them. Because one thing I was telling them, go and listen to what people are saying. People from Kisi, now they are saying that we must unite as a Kisi people. Last month.
What are the strategies, Machimua?
The strategies is we must get a spokesman. And the spokesman, remember when Nyajaye got fed up with the Moi and he moved out as the Minister of Finance, he formed his own party. What happened in Kisi and Nyamira? We had all members of parliament in Fort Kenya. It was 40 people. They fought the people who were even very popular. They were voted out because they went against Nyaja at that time. One of them was, I think, Yongeri. They were all voted out. We are going to have the same scenario with this Matiang'i issue now. If you know, if you want to know what the people are talking about, see how people received Matiang'i when he went to Kisi and Nyamira. And you know what happened? The critics, the elected members of parliament who are not supporting Matiang'i, they were telling us, and you could see even the TV, Said was telling us that those are people who came from Omate. That's what he was saying. He was saying those people, the P grounds you saw, the people who were elsewhere, and you could not adore that ground. I'm telling you, from the time Kisi was born, we have never had such a crowd. Nobody has ever drugged such a crowd. What does that show you?
But you know, you are speaking of uniting Omogusi and having a spokesperson. Are you, because now we are seeing you advocating for Matiang'i here, and you are really, you are very positive about him going to the State House. What is his political party? Do we expect him to make his own political party for Omogusi people and other tribes to join in as we see him excel towards 2027? Is it that he's going to make a party
what I was telling people, to me, it doesn't matter how we go to State House. But we want to have unity.
In whatever way.
In whatever way.
Yes.
We must have unity. You are in whatever way. You know, I'll look stupid today if I hear that cases are coming together, they are uniting together for a cause. Then I'll look very silly and stupid if I start saying, you know, that we don't want the cases to come together. When we know that Luos have come together for several times, Raila loses, the others are being in the government, simply because Luos are together. When he's in the government, he's given the positions, and unfortunately, the positions he gets, he's given a position to take to Nyasa. Then Nyasa now ends up being Luo Nyasa only. We don't get anything, but we are counted
as Nyasa.
But every time Raila gets positions, he doesn't give us. Because when he's given, like now, he was given a 14 position Obama secretary. Out of 14, he gave us one. And you know, if you ask William Ruto, with good faith, William Ruto say I gave Raila Amolo Odinga your position for Nyanza. Though we are telling William Ruto, we don't have a problem. But if you want us even to vote for you in 2027, you must sit together with Matiang'i. So that when you give slots to Nyanza, Matiang'i gets ours. That's what we are saying. That we must have a spokesman who is going to speak on behalf of our community. I'm not even seeing why we are being lumped together with the Luo Nyanza when we are not Luos. I mean, there is a big difference between the Kishis and the Luos, and even our culture. So we cannot be lumped together as people from Nyanza when we have been voting for Raila throughout. Raila promised the Honorable Bosira a position of a minister. When he was even he gave it to somebody else. Then Bosira was being appointed as a chairman of NDSA. What is NDSA? I'm in the roads transport committee. NDSA is just nothing. You cannot give us a. It's just like when you came to my house here. I think we had some dinner, even if it's not very delicious and the people. So if I could have eaten together,
that was a nice dinner.
In our bare bones. You are coming all the way from Kisi, come to my house, you are coming to interview me. That's what we are being given by Raila Amolo Odinga. And that's why anybody from Kisi and Nyamira or Mugusi, anywhere, Maria Takua, who is against the presidents or the unit, let's put the unit even before we come to the president. The unit is to come together. That's the enemy of Kisis. And that's a person whom we should not listen at any given time. So, from Nakuru here, I wanted to give a note to those people who are members of parliament that will work hard and make sure that they will be one term. If they are second term, doing second term, that will be the end.
That will be their one term.
That will be their one term. We cannot allow.
He's coming. He had already declared
Matiang'i, by the way, what you asked Matiang'i, we are Michubri member of parliament. And with the wisdom of people from the mountain, they are saying that they want to donate Jubilee to Matiang'i, their presidential candidate. And we would welcome it because by the time we start our own party, already this is an established party. It has 33 members of parliament. It fielded candidates in every constituency in the last elections. It ruled for 2 terms. So, if they have over the party, and the party leader is the one who becomes the owner of the party, and the party leader Atakuwa ni Matiang'i, then I'm not seeing why this is rewarded. We are ahead by far.
So probably
UPA
anticipation is
anticipation. I can tell you almost I'm certain that Matiang'i atafanya Jubilee. I'm almost, but we are still negotiating. Hii maneno ya UPA, forget. UPA is a Nyamira party. Yeye na operate between Nyamira na Konate. Hata itafika Kisi is operate between.
Haivuki mpaka.
Haivuki.